just chatting to him. He's just chatting to him on the bench.
I wonder if I'll get away with it. I wonder if I'll get away with it.
No. You might not deep in it. He was going to bring on Salah, yeah?
Look how much space is on the right-hand side, you man. What is this?
Oh, my.
This is a fucking
they're trying to get him sacked.
I'm done, bruv. I've got kids, bruv. It's a Friday. Why am I doing this? I'm done. Bye, man.
I listen. Nah, it's a wrap. Put the fries in the back. By the way, just let you know.
Brother, oh my goodness. Oh my, no, man. He's looking right across the line. Dimwit, bro. Oh my God.
Cal's crashing out.
Bobby, put someone right. Oh my God. For the life of me. For the life of me.
No. Man fully crashed out. Hey, man, he was at home just watching the game. Man forgot he was definitely on coffee.
For the life of me, you, man.
He can laugh as much as he wants.
What did you?
All right, mate. Please.
What did
You're
you
the
make?
biggest back of Arsenal. What are you gonna say today?
I praise it.
Are you gonna congratulate us for being top of the league? Because you do every day show about Arsenal, guys. Arsenal. Yeah, you got Arsenal.
If you're not here to talk.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another stream, ladies and gentlemen. We're here to talk about the daily transfer news and other stuff from around the league. Information, regarding Arsenal, Man United, Chelsea, and Liverpool, because nothing's happening at Man City right now. And we're here to talk about all the clubs. Big up to all of you guys. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel if you're yet to do so. Every single one of you guys, please like and subscribe now. Keep getting stuck in the chat. Keep letting me know your opinions. And, keep getting involved, man. This is going to be hopefully a stream where we're very interactive with each other. And we talk about, all the information regarding all the transfers that we've heard about, the rumors, whatever it is. So we will discuss it. Big up to you guys, man. Like, subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. The link is in the pinned comment that I'm about to pin right now. And now it is pinned. So, yes, pinned comment. Ready? Go follow me on Instagram at DonHussam6 and add me on Snapchat at HussamLFC. Hope you guys are good. Which topic you guys want me to start with? I'm going to let you guys decide. Big up, Sean. Which topic you guys want me to start with? We'll leave Man United for now because they're playing anyway right now. So you guys decide. Shall we start with Chelsea? Shall we start with Arsenal? Shall we start with Liverpool? Which topic you guys want to start with? Let's start with. And yeah, I'll let you guys decide. One word answer in the chat, please. Liverpool, Arsenal, who you want to talk about first? Wharton actually got linked to Man United, not Liverpool, brother. Big up actually to my guy Matthew, who says Bruno Fernandes to Galatasaray advancing, Salah almost done. I heard Salah is going to Besiktas. That's the rumors, Matthew. I don't know if you guys are hearing something different from inside of Turkey, but yeah, it will be good. It will be good. What do you mean? Can you clarify? What do you want to start with? Tell me. What do you mean? Big up to Carl, who says Arsenal. Listen, let's start with Arsenal, and then when everyone builds up here, we start to talk about Liverpool and stuff like this. We talk about all the other topics. So yeah, let's talk about Arsenal instead. I think that's probably a better idea for now. And then we talk about all the other topics. Don't ban him. I wanna see what his second comment is. So yeah, please like, subscribe, keep getting stuck in the chat, and listen, let's just start by talking about Arsenal. So guys, regarding Arsenal, obviously they're probably the club right now that's most active in the transfer window, I'd say, in terms of like looking at players and stuff like this. Let me show you guys the two tweets that I did on my pre-recorded video as well, but they're related, you know, on this video as well. It seems like Arsenal are looking at signing Morgan Rogers and signing Ezri Konsa. So let me just load up the screen quickly for you guys. Here we go. So, Rubber Boot, you have 30 seconds to explain yourself or you will get banned. Now, Arsenal are now set to accelerate on Morgan Rogers' deal. Top target as new winger, as always mentioned. Talks already advancing on the player side and separate case from Zolas. Always wanted both. No talks for Barcola so far. Arsenal want Morgan Rogers. Now, here's the thing with this whole Morgan Rogers situation. For me, the most interesting part is Fabrizio Romano's tweet. This part right here, referring to him as the new winger. So when you look at it from Arsenal's perspective, they're probably looking at Morgan Rogers as a winger, and they're not looking at him as a number 10. So this probably ends all speculation in terms of selling Odegaard, in terms of selling, Eze. This probably ends all that speculation, because this was part of the speculations, earlier in the window. It was reported that Odegaard might leave and Eze might leave and blah, blah, blah. So that is gone now. That's something that's to the side now, because basically the number 10s are the same ones, and they're linked to Bruno Guimaraes. They're not linked to any like sort of... they're not linked to any sort of like, starting level player outside Morgan Rogers. And Fabrizio keeps mentioning Barcola. I actually think the same way Barcola is option 1 for us. I think Barcola is option 2, for them. So for them, Barcola is option 2. That's the thing. That's the difference between the Liverpool and the Arsenal situation. I think for us, Bradley Barcola is the number 1 option, and for Arsenal, he's the number 2 option. I think they really want to get Morgan Rogers. Now, how does Morgan Rogers helps Arsenal? Morgan Rogers helps Arsenal by being a ball carrier, by being someone who takes the ball, gets past players, by being someone who carries the ball high up the pitch in counter-attacking situations. He's someone that, can grab the ball, can grab the game by the scruff of the neck. He has a lot of clutch moments this season. And I think Arsenal missed that as well. Arsenal do need someone like a clutch moments player. They need someone who can do things in moments, because they missed out on that a little bit last season. Like every time you watched Arsenal last season, the system was working, the system was fine, but it almost always felt like there was something that they needed to do that's different. There was always like an extra... one player dribble past 3 players and put it top bins type feeling. So yeah, that's what they were doing. So I think that's probably the Arsenal perspective in terms of, listen, we've gotten Zolas, who is a out-and-out touchline winger. So I think Arsenal got Zolas, who's an out-and-out touchline winger, and he's the young Trossard replacement. So he would be the person that plays on the left-hand side. That is the Trossard replacement. He would be someone that, gets the ball and just like attempts to dribble at the fullback and attempts to run at the fullback and etc. So he would be that guy. And Morgan Rogers would play a different role for them. He'd be the ball carrier. He'd be someone that's dominant. He'd be someone that's physical, aggressive. He can also play in the 10 if needed. And he's a goal-scoring player as well. Like when you look at Morgan Rogers, he's a goal-scoring player. Now, I want to ask all of you guys a question. What would be the max you'd pay for Morgan Rogers? What would be the max you would pay for Morgan Rogers? What would be the max you'd pay for Morgan Rogers? What would be the max you would pay for Morgan Rogers? What's the number? Tell me the number. 30 million. You're taking the piss, man. 85, 75, 90, 85, 100. 100 plus 5 in add-ons, says Hamid. 90 million. 82 million, 80 million, 85 million, 100 million, 90, 100. Listen, maybe Arsenal are overpaying. I think that's a very objective take. Big up to Carl here, who says, first of all, big up to my guy ICU says close friendly today for Liverpool at AXA grounds. When did this happen? I didn't even read about this anywhere. Are you sure about this, Ice-T? Please load up copy paste the tweet about it or something in the chat so I can know. Big up to my guy Carl who says 80 million. You know, I had this conversation with the Liverpool fans as well. Please do comment it in the comment section down below. Copy paste the tweet about it, Ice-T. You know, when it comes to this conversation regarding this whole Morgan Rogers thing and the price tags and stuff like this, I think overpaying in this transfer window is probably going to be a thing for many teams. Many teams are going to have to be forced to overpay. You look at Bradley Barcola, and I've had this conversation with the Liverpool fan base anyway, so it's not like I'm saying this because it's Arsenal. I said this about Liverpool as well. Sometimes the market dictates what you do. Now, if Arsenal want to go get Kenan Yildiz, they're also going to have to pay £100 million. If Arsenal want to go get, you know, whoever it is, who's another winger that like you think would make a difference to Arsenal? Bradley Barcola, that's another 110 million right there. Like, I don't think anyone is going to pay 130 for Morgan Rogers. I think Arsenal will get it over the line from 110, 115, something like this. I think they will get it over the line. So they'll probably pay the same amount they paid for Declan Rice or something like this. Yes, it's a seller's market, definitely not a buyer's market. I think it's going to be 100 plus, you know, for Morgan Rogers, whether it be 110, 115. I'm assuming it's something around that. Now, in today's market where Yakuba Minte is 70, 80 million, 110 million, 100 million for Morgan Rogers, that's not bad. That's not bad. And the other good thing for them is Zolas is the backup winger. Zolas is the backup winger. So they already have the backup touchline winger that they need. I think Arsenal are planning to play a completely different style than people expect. That's my like initial feeling about Arsenal. I think they're gonna switch up their style of play. I think they're gonna go more like I think the style versus like teams lower on the table is gonna be different than the styles higher on the table. I think against lower on the table teams, they will want to have goal scorers and creative outlets across the front line. This is why, once again, the Alvarez links are not going away. Whether it is Julian Alvarez or whether it's another striker, whichever striker it is, could be Julian Alvarez, could be someone else, whichever striker it is that plays for Arsenal Football Club, I think Arteta's idea is someone who scores goals, gets assists, and can create a moment in all three positions. And I know England lost to Argentina, but who was the one that played the pass to Anthony Gordon? Morgan Rogers. And it was a fantastic pass from the right-hand side. And I think he's capable of creating special moments. And that's the thing that separates him. Don, every club is overpaying. Just depend how much. Yes, I'm in agreement with you. I don't even deny that. You were there in the comment sections when I said we should sign Bradley Barcola even if it's overpay. You know, I said this before. Like, I would happily overpay for Bradley Barcola because sometimes the market forces you to overpay. What are Arsenal supposed to do? What is Liverpool supposed to do? Go take a risk on some 30 million, 20 million unknown player? You signed Zolas, we signed Munoz. 40 million euros, right there. 35 million pounds for two unknown players. One guy is a Real Madrid Academy graduate, has moments for Osasuna this season. The other guy plays for Club Brugge. You know, that's the thing. So this notion that people don't overpay, everyone overpays anyway. And you know, SK Gunnar, I love your confidence. Vinny Jr. for 160 million in which world? Don't tell me about contract this, contract that. Real Madrid will not even pick up the phone for less than 200 million. Vinny Jr. is a franchise player, bro. They're not going to sell him for anything less than 200 million, in my opinion. That's I genuinely believe. Big up to my guy, Carl. Again, thank you so much, Carl, for the repetitive super chats. I appreciate you. He says, Doku. Are you saying you want Doku? Are you saying you want Doku or what? I need you to clarify that one, please. Let me know. Are you saying you want Doku as a replacement or what exactly? It's so funny that someone with an MCFC in his name is trying to laugh at everyone overpays. You just paid 125 million for a shit version of Jordan Henderson. You just paid 125 million for Posh Gallagher. So just allow it. Don, how much would you overpay? Would you do for Barcola? I think Barcola in a regular window is worth anywhere between 70, 90, something like this. And I'm willing to pay up to 110. I'm willing to pay up to 110. Yeah, 100 million Grealish. That's another one. You know, 100 million in that time was the equivalent of 200 million now. They paid that much for Jack Grealish. But, pop, pass back. So, yeah. How much? Okay, guess what then? Great. I'm so glad you said this. Morgan Rogers fits Arsenal. So what's your point then? Morgan Rogers fits Arsenal. Just here for the tears. What tears? For the last 2 years, you've been the one crying because Arsenal won the league and Liverpool won the league. So I haven't cried once. I don't like City. I don't dislike Arsenal at all. So you're the one that's been crying. You want Doku. Here's the thing, Carl. I don't think City will sell to you. I don't think City will sell to Arsenal. I think City are the only club, as things stand, that can give Arsenal a run for the money. I think Arsenal are going to win the league anyway. So I believe Arsenal will win the league. However, the only club that can give you a run for your money is Man City. So I don't think they will sell to you anyway. I think as soon as you pick up the phone call to Manchester City, they'll hang up in your face. I don't think they'll be willing to sell you players. Big up to all you guys locked in, guys. We almost have 300 people in the building. Can we get to 100 likes, please? Let's just get to 100 likes. Close the live chat. Hit the like button. Follow me on Instagram at DonHussam6. The link is in the pinned comment. 130 million for Ginger Partey. It's not even Ginger Partey. You're disrespecting Thomas Partey by comparing him to Elliot Anderson. Thomas Partey is clear technically of Elliot Anderson anyway. This is the fun part. A City fan is telling me that you're overpaying for players. You're a City fan, bro. You're a City fan. Lille want 100 million euros for Ayoub Bouaddi. He's 18. He's had one season. Anyway, let's look at the other news for Arsenal. This is the other Arsenal news before we move on topic. Arsenal are showing interest in Aston Villa and England defender Ezri Konsa. The Gunners are exploring defensive options and concerns over William Saliba's fitness at the new season. Villa are expected to demand a significant fee for the 28-year-old centre-back. So not only is Morgan Rogers linked to Arsenal, Ezri Konsa is also linked to Arsenal. Now, I think this is a very objective, fair statement to make. Arsenal have the best defensive depth in the league. This is not even edgy. This is not even a crazy opinion. I think anyone who watches the Premier League will agree. Even with Saliba out, Gabriel, Hincapia, Calafiori, Timber, Ben White, Mosquera, 6 centre-backs. Now, I know some people might find this hard to accept, but there are some backup centre-backs at Arsenal who would start for the other clubs. Timber starts at Liverpool, starts at Manchester City, starts at Chelsea, starts at United. Jurriën Timber, that is. Calafiori will start probably for us at left-back. Mosquera could in a hypothetical world start for other clubs. I know Arsenal fans are worried because Saliba's out. And rightfully so. Because Saliba is your Rolls-Royce defender. 100%. I think it's completely fair and objective for Arsenal to be worried that Saliba is injured. Of course. Why shouldn't you be worried? 100% you should be worried. However, when you have depth the way that you do now, I think it's very unfair for you to think that the season is over. Like, I feel like some Arsenal fans are speaking like the season's done because Saliba's injured. Yes, Saliba's a fantastic player. He's a magnificent player. Unbelievable player. However, you have the best defensive depth in the league. You think I wouldn't like to have your centre-backs? I'd love to have your centre-backs. I'd love to have your centre-backs. I think you have unbelievable centre-backs. That's the thing. I think I'd love to have their centre-backs. That's the thing. So, yeah, I would do that personally. You know, I would take probably 2 or 3 centre-backs from Arsenal with ease. You know, we need a centre-back right now. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. See, K-Mac, another one here. He's a Liverpool content creator as well. He's telling you guys, you're fine. I think I understand. Like, if I'm an Arsenal fan, I would be more worried if Saka was injured or Declan Rice was injured. Now I'm shitting it. No problem. But with Saliba injured, bro, I think the defensive Yeah, exactly. That's the thing, Sean. Like their fullback center back thing is a cheat code. They've got Timber, Calafiori, Hincapie, who all can play on the left and are center backs. They've got Musquera, Timber again, Ben White, who can all play right back and are center backs. And they've got Gabriel Magalhaes, who is a like starting center back. Like they are very versatile. And this is the thing as well. Where did Konsa play last time for England? Chat. Chat for the ones that watched the England game. Guys, let's get the likes up. Come on. All I want is 100 likes. It's a free button. Yalla, here, we're at 81 likes. Close the live chat, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Instagram, link in the pinned comment. Let's go, guys. Please, let's just like and subscribe, man. You guys really helped me out by doing that. And I told you guys, I need your help during the transfer window, so please do it. So, where did Konsa play? Thank you, Flair King. Right back. Now, I want you all to be objective. What's the maximum you would pay for Ezri Konsa, given the fact he is 28? Give me how much you would pay for him. How much would you pay for Konsa today? How much? Come on, guys. I said be objective. Wait. You guys really believe 40 million? Guys, he's an England international. You're not going to get 40 million for him. 2 super chats I haven't read. Big up to Carl, who says they sold us Zinchenko. Here's the thing, Carl. First of all, thank you so much for your support today. I appreciate you, and thank you so much for all the super chats. Here's my thing, brother. You were a different club at the time. That was not Arsenal that was competing for the league. City gave us James Milner for free. They sold us Craig Bellamy. I promise you, if you call them now trying to sign someone, they won't let us. You were a different club at the time. You were a club trying to get top 4. You were a club trying to get top 5. It was you were a different club. That was the summer where you what's it called? You finished 5th just behind Conte, remember? So yeah, that's different. And they wanted to get rid of Zinchenko and Jesus anyway. Remember that was the summer they bought Haaland? I don't think that they would do that now because you're Premier League champions. On one hand, need Alvarez out of Haram Dread, but I don't want him at Arsenal for obvious reasons. But we need to step up with Messi gone in the future. For the ones that don't know, Insured Frames is Argentinian. And I do agree with you. I think Alvarez, if he comes to Arsenal, he would cook because he would be elite at Arsenal. He'd be elite in the Premier League because he already showed the capability to be elite in the Premier League. If Arsenal do sign Julian Alvarez, we're all finished. Might as well just put the Premier League title in their name. I'll be honest with you. If their front line is Odegaard, Saka, like Alvarez and Rodgers, see you later, honey. Like it's done. It's done. That's the truth. It's done. That's the thing. Actually, Villa would. Because Villa need the money. And I'll tell you exactly why Villa would sell to Arsenal. Villa don't have expectations to win a league title. Villa could take that 200 million that they get from the sales of Rodgers and Konsa, and they can buy 5 players who would improve their squad and allow them to compete in the Champions League. That's the thing. That's the thing. Breaking from L'Equipe, William Saliba may not have to undergo surgery. France Medical showed that there was no further damage to his back. Listen, we got 2 different... Here's the thing with Saliba. First of all, we wish him a speedy recovery. We never wish injury on anyone. They could be a United player, a City player, whoever. This is not the channel where we wish injuries on people. We wish him a speedy recovery. But there are 2 different news. Some people said he will be back in November. Some people said it was going to be 5 months. The news is conflicting now. If he's back... I'll tell you what I'll do, yeah? If Saliba is back in November, I personally, if I'm in Berta's place, I would not buy a center back. Wait, let me ask you all a question. Let's say January, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Let's say Saliba is back in October, November. Put 1 in the chat if you would not buy a center back. You don't even need to be an Arsenal fan. You don't even need to be an Arsenal fan. Tell me your opinion. If I told you Saliba is back in October, November, put 1 in the chat if you wouldn't buy. Ooh, some people would still buy. Some people would still buy, some people won't. I guess it comes down to how highly you rate Mosquera, Hincapie, and the others. Look, here's my thing. If I do medical tests on Saliba and I find out that he will be fit in October, November time, I wouldn't buy another center back. I really wouldn't. Because I believe in the depth. I think the players are good enough. Mosquera showed his quality in a Champions League final. And even if the season starts and God forbid Gabriel gets injured, you've got more center backs anyway. I think you're good in that area. I'll be honest with you, chat. Thank you, Ed, for the super. Thank you, Carl and Short Frames, Don, and Ice-T. Big up to everyone who supported us. Please, guys, like and subscribe. You know, you always get the same comments. Every time I do a pre-recorded video about Arsenal, and even the same one about Man United, it's like, you're doing this for views. You're glazing. Sean knows. Me and Sean yesterday, we took the day off. We're like, okay, let's wait and see if there is any news. The only news we got is Rodgers to Arsenal. There is literally no other news that I could do a pre-recorded video on, because Rodgers to Arsenal was something that Fabrizio Romano reported. Konsa to Arsenal is something that The Guardian reported. So it's obvious that Arsenal are active. I'm tired that my club isn't active. If Chelsea sign Maxence Lacroix, I'm gonna drop a pre-record on it. I'm gonna praise Chelsea. I think it'd be a fantastic signing. Lacroix from Palace. I hear it. To be fair, I hear it. I want Lacroix at Liverpool, so I hope you don't do it. I want us to hijack Chelsea and go get Lacroix, man. I rate him. I think he's a good centre back. I think Lacroix is a good centre back, man. I like him. But then your problem becomes, Carl, Lacroix's role at Arsenal cannot be just until Saliba comes back. That's the thing. It just can't be. It just can't be. That's the truth. Because you can't call Lacroix and go like, yo, we're gonna bring you here until Saliba's back. I respect that, Andre. You can think I'm wrong. I have no problem with anyone disagreeing with me. Feel free to disagree with me as much as you want. You know, that's the whole point of this YouTube thing. I'm okay with people disagreeing, agreeing, whatever it is. Present your arguments and let's talk about it. So this is the thing. Thank you. You're a City fan and you know the truth. If I hated on Arsenal, I would get more views and more money anyway. Like this, bro. Like this. Now, here's the thing with Arsenal. Look, as things stand, even with the injury to Saliba, even with all the information we're getting about the other clubs, I think Arsenal, as things stand, are the outright favorites to lift the Premier League title. That's the thing. I think outright favorites to lift the Premier League title. I would give them as far as a 60 to 70% chance of winning the Premier League if these signings that they're talking about actually go through. You know, the likes of Rodgers, you know, the likes of, you know, players like that. I think it's just I just can't see anyone competing unless, you know, we get an amazing transfer window for Liverpool or an amazing transfer window for Man City. I don't see us like fighting with Arsenal because they have too much depth. I think their team is ready to go anyway. And I said it in the earlier on pre-record I dropped as well. It's a plug and play situation. What does it mean, plug and play? Morgan Rodgers joins Arsenal. He doesn't need to get used to the league. He doesn't need to get used to the language. He doesn't need to get used to the intensity. He already knows it. It's the same with other players like Bruno Guimaraes, stuff like this. They're ready to go again. They can win the league. I think the only one that can challenge Arsenal is probably Man City. Man City can challenge Arsenal. However, you have the Maresca question mark. For Liverpool, it's a 5% chance. I'm just giving us a puncher's chance and nothing more, just because we were there recently. Like, that's it. But objectively, I don't see us winning the league as things stand, and I think I would be putting Iraola under unnecessary pressure unless Liverpool spent a lot of money. You know, it would be different. I respect you wishing you respected Arsenal like me, but that's funny coming from you because literally no one respects Man City. You know who else respects you? Your fellow cheats, Chelsea. So, yeah. Anyway, I think Arsenal will end up winning it. I want to ask you all a question before I move on to talk about Liverpool. I want to ask you all a question. Give me the percentage chance that Arsenal wins the league next season. Give me the percentage chance that Arsenal wins the league next season. Give me the percentage chance. What's the percentage chance? Give me the chance. Give me out of a... Bro said 100. Bro, even Arsenal fans won't say 100. Bro, even Arsenal fans won't say 100, bro. Now what? You can't say 100. Give me a number. Give me a number. I'm going to read out all the numbers. Give me a percentage right now. Just give me a percentage, Andre. I want to see where your brain is at with this whole conversation. Give me percentage. Percentage chance of Arsenal winning the league as things stand. As things stand. Percentage chance, please. 75% says Flair King. Chat, you see? He says this, yet he says, I'm doing stuff for views and I'm delusional. Imagine thinking that the reigning Premier League champions, who are the only club out of the top 5 to keep the same manager, only have a 25% chance of winning the league. But I'm the crazy one, yeah? See? With these people, with people like this, you just ask a question and all of a sudden they expose themselves. I don't think anyone with a brain cell that's working, of course, can ever say that Arsenal have a 25% chance of winning the league. That's crazy. 99, 82%, 85% big up Janos, 45%, 80%, 50%, 90%, 50, 25, 50 them, City 35, us 13, 84, 55, 50, 40, 40, 70, 70 to 75, 100%. Damn. 100% chance. Fair enough, Carl. Yeah, someone's confident, eh? Someone's confident. To be fair, if I'm in your place, because I was in your place, because I already was in your place, I was already in your place last summer, and many people thought I was unbearable last summer with the stuff that I said. So, yeah, like fair enough, bro. Fair enough. I hear it. I hear it. I hear it, bro. I hear it. 40% Arsenal, 30% Man City, 15% Liverpool, 15% other. But when you say other, who the hell is other? Who the hell is other? Who's shown you the capability of even winning the league? Who's shown you that capability to begin with? I want to know who the other is, Mr. Acquia, as they say. Okay, big up to all of you guys. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe. Keep getting stuck in the chat. Keep letting me know your opinions. I'm going to move on, talk about my club, Liverpool Football Club. And then we're going to speak about United and Chelsea together. Big up to all of you guys. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel if you're yet to do so. Every single one, please like the video right now and subscribe. All of you, please like and subscribe now. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. Link in the pinned comment. Let's talk LFC. Let's go. Liverpool Football Club. Baby, let's go. So, Liverpool are linked to more forwards. I'm going to show you guys the latest link to Rayan, who is the Bournemouth winger. Liverpool have made contact over potential move for Bournemouth winger Rayan as they plan for life after Mohamed Salah. The Reds have discussed the Brazilian extensively with Andoni Iraola, who remains a huge admirer after working with him on the South Coast. Bournemouth have no intention of selling and hold full control this summer, with Rayan's 130 million clause not being active until 2027. I'll show you the Barcola stuff in a bit. So obviously we were linked to Rayan. You know, and speaking of overpaying, this is yet another example why this market is absolutely mental. This is another example of why the market is absolutely mental. 130 million pounds is obviously his release clause. So you would have to get 100 million at least to pay for him. 100 million pounds for Rayan. Akia, Andre, Ice-T, Ed, Josh, Fonzie, all the Liverpool fans who watch me on a regular basis, Janos, every single Liverpool fan, I can't mention you all because I have a lot of Liverpool regulars. All the Liverpool fans who watch me on a regular basis, next time we have a Barcola conversation, whether it be on the Monday show with Kopish or the Friday show with Kopish, or the Friday Liverpool show, or whatever it is. Next time we have a Barcola conversation, please, no one in the chat pretend I'm crazy when I say what I say. 10 million more than Rayan and you get Barcola. Chat. I'm going to give you all right now an option. Would you rather pay 100 million for Rayan or 110 for Barcola? All of you, I want you all to make a decision right now. Imagine you're the sporting director of your own club. Forget Liverpool. Of your own club. All of you, please. I need you guys, all the Liverpool fans in the chat. Next time this becomes a convo, I need you to back me in the chat, please. Yeah, because they act like I'm crazy. Would you rather pay 100 for Rayan or 110 for Barcola? Very simple question. Who would you rather pay for? Who would you rather pay for? Please. Bro. How are there people actually saying Rayan for 100 million? You know, I feel like Barcola is low-key becoming one of the most overrated players. Where's Sean? Where's Sean? To be fair, Sean said it. When a player is linked to Liverpool, all of a sudden no one rates him anymore. Subhanallah. Player gets linked to Liverpool, all of a sudden everyone thinks he's crap again. It's mental. It's actually mental. You know, this happens to Liverpool and Arsenal the most, I've noticed, out of all the big clubs. One player gets linked to us and all of a sudden everyone thinks he's crap. Do you guys know that Bradley Barcola has outscored Desiree Doué 2 seasons in a row in Liga? Okay, Andre, I'm going to use your logic. Rayan right now should cost 50 and Barcola 80, right? No problem, I agree with you. So using your logic, I'm overpaying by 50 million for Rayan, but I'm only overpaying by 30 for Barcola. Bring me the 30 for Barcola. Here's the thing. I legitimately believe Bradley Barcola is one of the most overhated players for no reason whatsoever. Oh, he missed a chance in the Champions League final and he gave me the ick. Imagine I use your logic against you. Thierry Henry missed a chance in the Champions League final. I promise you, some of the greatest players in the history of football, Messi, Ronaldo, Eto'o, people have missed chances in Champions League finals. Why do you guys use that game as the measuring stick when Mosquera literally locked up Kvaratskhelia and Hincapie literally locked up Desiree Doué? What are we doing here? Desiree Doué could not dribble past Hincapie the whole final. And Hincapie is not even looked at as like the best defending Arsenal player anyway. That's the thing I don't get. Actually, I disagree with you. Let me tell you why you shouldn't let the chef pick his ingredients. You know who picked his ingredients? Erik ten Hag. He was familiar with Anthony. How did that work out? He was familiar with Donny van de Beek. How did that work out? I don't want Iraola to pick anything. I want Iraola to be the head coach. You know who else did that? Jurgen Klopp. He picked the ingredient, Darwin Núñez. How did that work out? We paid for that transfer 3 years in a row. I'd rather Barcola than Rodgers at Arsenal. I understand that, and I think that's very objective, which is why I want my club to go in for Barcola. This is related. First of all, big up to Janus who says, I'm furious right back isn't a sexy position. I know. You want people to talk about us needing a right back. To be fair to me, Janus, you have been here on streams where I have spoken about the need for Liverpool to sign a right back. So I already want us to sign a right back. It's not like I'm in disagreement with you. I want us to sign a right back. I want us to go get a right back. Meaning you're on the same page. I'd rather Barcola than Rodgers at Arsenal. This is the latest, yeah? Ben Jacobs. Liverpool are currently more active in the race for Bradley Barcola than Arsenal. Andre, Fonzie, Ed, Akia, all the Liverpool fans. Who won the league, Squid? When Klopp took over with transfers, he stopped winning the league, actually. Now, guys, I want to explain to you guys something very important. If Arsenal don't get Morgan Rodgers, they're going to go in for Bradley Barcola, which equates to Liverpool are screwed. If I'm Michael Edwards right now, I'm calling Barcola's agent and I'm calling PSG and I'm begging for Bradley Barcola. This is the solution right here. This is the solution to right here. Skits, I'm so glad you said that. You don't think PSG play low blocks week in, week out in the French league? You know who would struggle? You know who would struggle? Players who don't play against low blocks week in, week out, like Yakuba Mente. Nunes was a league winner. So was Madueke. Would you take Madueke at your club? Let me know. Would you take Madueke, Squid? I just like to use people's logics against them. Please don't get mad. Because if you're telling me he's a league winner, right now you should ask for Liverpool to sign Noni Madueke on the right-hand side and Martinelli on the left-hand side. Right? League winners. What's the problem? It covers left-hand side and right-hand side. Unless you're going to sit here and tell me that you don't think any player with a Premier League medal in history is shit. You're a Liverpool fan. Me and you both rate Gerrard higher than Lampard and Scholes. Gerrard doesn't have a Premier League medal. So let's not play the game of he's a Premier League winner. Me and you both know Nunes is a failed transfer. Let's not play that game. Come on. Legit, bro. You're better than this. This is the first time I meet you, and I know that you're better than this, even though it's the first time I met you. Me and you both know Nunes was a flop. Come on. Allow it. Buy Barcola, but please add right wing as well, Habibi. طب who يا حبيبي يا أكيا? أكيا يا حبيبي. All of you guys, who is the right winger you guys want? That is an objective possibility. Janos said it earlier, yeah? I'm furious right back isn't a sexy position. I am going to be very, risk averse in my approach, yeah, Akia? Here you go. Watch. We will sign a right back, a center back. We won't sign a midfielder. I think we'll keep all the midfield the same. Here, happy? And now we sign Bradley Barcola. Yahi, who's the right winger, bro? Who? But when you say anyone, who though? Even Bowen is staying at West Ham now. Like when we're saying who, I'm just like, bro, who's the option? Who's the option? Who, yahi? Give me names. Give me names. Arda Güler is not available. Brahim Diaz is not available. Who? Tell me. Give me objective names. Give me objective possibilities to get for right-hand side. Yeah, but here's the thing, Christian. If we're going to pay 110 for Barcola, we're not going to pay 100 for Rayan. Let's be honest. Kevin from Fulham, he's not a right winger. He's a left winger. Brahim Diaz is meaty. This is interesting. I would personally take Nwaneri. I've got no problem with Nwaneri as backup. I like him. I think he has abilities. So you're just saying, basically, Akia, that you want a body. Is that what you're saying? You're saying you just want a body. You want a player who plays in that position, who's a body, who can get past players and stuff like this. Is that what you're saying? Or what? Because Haytham Hassan cannot be a starter for us. Me and you both know that. 0 goals and 3 assists in 37 games for Real Oviedo. That's not good enough to start for Liverpool. Let me and you agree on that first. Not good enough to start for Liverpool. Do you acknowledge it? And I told you guys from the start, Akia, you were there in the stream, bro. I told you, Liverpool view Bradley Barcola as a right winger. It's very easy for people to smear my reputation online and for them to pretend that I've never gotten stuff right and I'm some fake ITK who doesn't know what he's talking about. Because it's easy to tell people when they're wrong, but it takes a real man to tell someone when they're right. I told you guys about Fernandez Pardo. I told you guys about this Wharton stuff. I told you guys about the right wing. I told you all of this, bro. That's the thing. I told you guys about all these things. Liverpool Football Club look at Bradley Barcola as a right winger. I promise you. They don't look at him as a left winger. I think the wing situation is going to be a fluid situation. You know, Squid mentioned earlier on the way that Iraola plays. Iraola plays with a fluid situation. Like, let me show it to you on the tactics board, yeah? Let me pull up the tactics board so I can show it to you guys. Let me show you guys how I believe Iraola will play, yeah? Let me show you guys how I believe Iraola will play. Okay. So this right here, let me put the bench players and the unknown players to this side right here. Let me do this real quick. Pop. Let's assume we signed Barcola, eh? Okay, let's assume we did sign them. So let me show you how I think Liverpool will play this season, okay? Let me show you how I think Liverpool will play this season. Isak here. Barcola. Wirtz. And let's be honest and objective. It's not going to be Rio. It's going to be Gakpo, okay? Everyone, let's be honest. It's going to be Gakpo. Now, let me explain to you what I think Iraiola's idea is going to be. These three, okay? And this guy is two completely different things right here. I think all of these three, or every single one of these three, are going to play in a fluid situation. So let me explain to you. You see these right here. You see these right here. Where is it? Here. You see these right here, Wait. I can't even do it in this area. Okay, 1 second. You see these right here? These right here. These right here. Here. Please try to understand my handwriting. I know it's crap. But just try to understand, huh? Don't take the piss. Just try to understand it in it. So let me explain to you. The players in the green, I think, will all rotate within each other. I think we're going to have a fluid situation over here. I think, so let's say Liverpool are attacking. For 15 minutes, you will see Barcola here. For 15 minutes, you will see Gakpo here and Barcola here. For 15 minutes, you will see Wirtz here in this area. Like, this is the thing when it comes to Andoni Iraola. Let's figure out the guy that we hired to be the Liverpool manager. Who is Andoni Iraola? What does Andoni Iraola do? Andoni Iraola operates in a fluid situation. The only guy that will stay in the same exact area for me is Isak. Isak is going to be here. This is where Isak is going to be. Isak is going to be in the penalty box. Very simple. This is Isak's area. His area is the penalty box. The other players are going to be behind him in a fluid situation. That's the truth. They're going to be behind him in a fluid situation. I think people are saying that, you know, people are so obsessed with the idea of someone just being an out and out like right winger. He has to be in that position. And Akia is one of them. He's obsessed with this notion that a player has to be in this specific place the whole game. I don't think that's the case with Iraola's Liverpool. Let's figure out who became our manager. Let's understand who Liverpool's new manager is. How many players interchanged at Bournemouth? Honestly. Try to remember the way Bournemouth played, chat. Try to remember the way that Bournemouth played. You would watch a Bournemouth game, and all of a sudden, Krupi is on the right. All of a sudden, David Brooks is on the right. All of a sudden, Rayan is on the right. It's not just someone has to be stuck in one place. Yani Akia's problem is, yeah, okay, I like Bradley Barcola, but he's better on the left than he's on the right. Okay, no problem. Everyone will agree. Put one in the chat if you agree that Bradley Barcola is better on the left than the right. Put one in the chat if you think Barcola is better here. Everyone, I want to see. Maybe I'm crazy. Put one in the chat if you think Bradley Barcola is better on the left than the right. The whole chat will agree with you, Akia, including myself. The whole chat will agree with you, including myself, that Bradley Barcola is better on the left than on the right. We all agree. Agree, no problem. My thing is, this situation where this guy will play here a little bit, this guy will play here a little bit, this guy will play here, this guy will play here, this guy will play here. This is called fluid situation. You guys are waxing lyrical about PSG the whole season. The whole season, you're all praising PSG for their fluidity. Ya habibi, let's be honest. Isak is not a fluid player. Isak is a striker. Isak is someone who can put the ball in the back of the net. Period. He is someone that scores goals. And also, something I want to say to all of you. Objectively speaking, who is available on the right-hand side? Who? Salah is gone, right? Olise, not available. Rodrigo, injured. Saka, not available. Brahim Diaz, half of you think he's crap. Arda Güler, half of you think he's crap. Rafinha, not available. Who's available? Minte is crap. Minte is crap. I'd rather give the minutes to Rio Gomo on the right-hand side than give them to Minte. Minte is crap. Who else? Who else? There is no options, brother. That's why you take someone who's a fluid player on the left-hand side. By the way, just so you guys know, yeah? At PSG, because this is very important to explain to the people. At PSG, by the way, let me remove these dusty drawings that I made. There is something that I want to explain to you guys in case you guys are unaware why Bradley Barcola will be an elite signing. Do you guys know where Bradley Barcola played at PSG? Bradley Barcola plays here, and here, and here, and here. Do you deep it? Deep what I just said. Deep what I just said. And this is an explanation to all of you guys in the chat. I am not a Ligue A expert. However, everyone knows I'm from Jordan. My subscription is beIN Sports. They don't show Bundesliga, but they show La Liga and they show Ligue A. Sometimes when I'm doing a show, I'm doing El Ahwa, I'm doing A-listers, I'm doing something like that. In the background, I have one of these leagues on. Bradley Barcola is not just a left winger. He can also play up top, and he can also play here, and he can also play here. He has a fluid situation. Fluid situation where he can play across the pitch. That's the reality. That's the reality. So when we say, oh, I don't want Bradley Barcola. Okay, who do you want? Minte. Bro, Minte is a lot, but like, when we say overpaying, right? I'm going to ask all of you a question. Maybe I'm going crazy. We already know, we all acknowledge you're overpaying for Barcola, so put Barcola to the side. Guys, in a regular market, how much is Minte worth? Go on, chat. Tell me. All of you in the chat, regardless who you support. In a regular market that's not mad, how much will you pay for Minte? Imagine this was last summer. How much is Minte worth? Go on. Who? How much? I believe personally, if this was last summer, Minte is worth 30 million. Let's be honest. Guys, let's not lie. The guy has 3 goals at Brighton. He's been outscored by Jean-Paul Van Heck, who's a centre back. He got outscored by 38-year-old Danny Welbeck, Habibi. You know how much Brighton want for him? There are reports that Brighton want 100 million pounds. Now, we're very good negotiators, right? So we're going to negotiate that down to 80. How much am I overpaying for him? I'm overpaying by 50 million, by 60 million for Minte. How much am I going to overpay for Barcola for? By 30 million. That's it. And the other thing as well, the reason why Barcola is better than Minte, Barcola at PSG plays against slow blocks week in, week out. Barcola is Champions League winner, experienced even though he's young. Bradley Barcola is someone who has had many clutch moments like the goal against Chelsea and many other moments where he has won PSG the game. Bradley Barcola has outscored and got more GA than Desiree Doué for the last 2 seasons. And more than Kvaratskhelia as well. Now, if I'm Nasser Al-Khelaifi, let's assume I'm the owner of PSG, and I see Man City paying 125 for Elliot Anderson, of course I'm going to demand 110 million for Barcola. Of course. It's normal. It's normal. 100% I'm going to demand at least 125, 110 for Barcola. This is normal, given the current conditions of the market. 125 million for Elliot Anderson, and you want PSG to sell him for 50. That's the truth. That's the truth. So I think we will have a very fluid situation, and people are sleeping on it. People think it's going to be like this. People think it's going to be like this the whole game, but it won't be. It won't be like this the whole game. This guy will come here a little bit, and then this guy will come here a little bit, and then this guy will go there a little bit. Bro, it's going to be a fluid situation. It's not just going to be everyone in the same exact area the whole game, bro. It's just not. It's just not. And by the way, with young Rio Gomoa, we're going to do the same thing. Let's assume Gakpo ain't playing. Let's say it's Rio Gomoa. It'll be Rio over here, and then Rio over here, and then Rio. It's going to be a fluid situation. That's the thing. That's the thing. Liverpool can have Madueke. Thank you, point proven. That's the thing. But eventually, Squid admitted that Nunes is a failure. I saw your comment, Squid, and I appreciate you for being honest. I like when I convince someone using logic and they end up being convinced and they're not wrong and strong. You know that just because you're a Premier League champion does not mean that you're a successful transfer. Let's be objective about this. Naby Keita is a Premier League champion. None of us will say Naby Keita is a successful transfer. He's a flop. Okay? So that's the thing. Man United lost to Wrexham. To be fair, I know that, Carl, but it's just pre-season, man. Like, listen, we leave the laughing when the season starts. Currently, it's just pre-season. You know, I remember the season we lost all friendlies. We ended up winning the league. Read my super chat. I said Madueke, and then he comes back and says, we'll have Barcola and you have Madueke. See, that's my point. You can't just say, Player X is a Premier League champion. Okay, then let's go sign Madueke and Martinelli. You know, Arsenal want to sell them. I'm sure they'll happily sell us both. You know, I know they'll happily sell us both for £100 million. You know, just give them 100 M's for Martinelli and Madueke, and they'll sell both. Come on, you guys, yahi. Not just because someone's a Premier League champion means he's a success. You know, that's the truth. That's the truth. What's your point then, Hussam? When he's on the right and he thinks it doesn't matter because he'll move to the left eventually, I give up. No, that's not my point. My point is our forward line in this area will be a fluid situation because that's what Iraola did at Bournemouth. Akia, when we hire a manager, let's understand who the manager is. Okay? Let's understand when we hire a manager who the manager is. Okay? I'm going to look at the last Bournemouth game. Yeah? I'm going to look at the last game that Iraola had for Bournemouth. Okay. Actually, I'm going to use an example of a game probably all of us watched, which is the Bournemouth Man City game. Yeah. Let's go to FOTMOB. Let's go to Premier League. Let's go to Bournemouth. I promise you, I'm going to prove it to you now without even knowing what the hell happened in the game. How about that? Okay. Let me prove it to you now. Let me stop sharing. I'm going to take you to FOTMOB. Wallahi, I haven't even looked at this before. We're going to find out together. Because I've seen this at Bournemouth before, yeah? Rayan, heat map. Here you go. Not just here mostly, but also here and here and here and here. Okay? Krupi's heat map. On the left, down the middle. Tavernier's heat map. Mostly on the left, but that's because he's probably the least fluid one out of them. Now, the substitutions that came on, here are they. Kluivert, see? All over the pitch. David Brooks, all over the pitch. Unal, he was more defensive towards the end. We can go to another game of Bournemouth as well. Let's say a game that they won. Let's say this 3-0 game against Crystal Palace, right? We can use this as an example. I'm assuming this game they had a lot of possession, no? Okay, they had a lot of possession. They had mostly possession. They had created 2 XG. Let's go to this game right here. See? Look where Rayan is. Middle of the pitch, right-hand side. Krupi, middle of the pitch, right-hand side. See? Tavernier, left-hand side. Middle, even though he's probably the least fluid one. Evan Nilsson, like I said, will probably be the only one here. Now, you look at their substitutes, the one that came on, like David Brooks. See? Christie. This is the thing, you guys. Come on, man. It's a rotational system. It's not just here we go. Bradley Barcola is the right winger and end of. Like, it's gonna be a rotation, man. Players playing all over the pitch. It's gonna be a bit of, it's just gonna be players, rotating, creating positive chaos. Not Darwin Núñez chaos, positive chaos, where the opposition defenders don't know what to do. And that's what I look forward to the most, to be honest. A good manager understands when he doesn't have to do the same tools to do the same things he did before. He can adapt. Yes, and I watched Iraiola's interview. I'm so glad you said this, Akia. I watched Iraiola's interview. Who here watched... I watched Iraiola's interview. The one he did, I believe, on one of the TV channels. It was 9 minutes long. And he spoke about adaptation. So already Iraiola acknowledges that he must adapt. Already Iraiola acknowledges that he must adapt. However, he also said the reason why Liverpool hired me is because of the stuff I did at Bournemouth. And he's not lying. We did not hire Anthony Iraiola to come to Liverpool and play defensive 3-5-2 team. He came to Liverpool to play a similar system to the one that he did at Bournemouth, an offensive style, an attacking style that gets Anfield invested and ready and let's rock and roll. That's the thing. That's the thing. So when it comes to this conversation regarding like Anthony Iraiola, I'm trying to find the interview though. Who here knows which channel the interview was on? Which channel was the interview on? Which channel was the interview on, guys? The one where Iraiola said what he said. Was it Sky? One second. No, I'm not talking about the Liverpool one. He did an interview. I watched it yesterday when I was driving home. Okay, anyway, regardless, like whatever it was the point of the interview, whatever it was that the point of the interview was, regardless, I watched the interview. And he said, listen, it's the reason why they hired me is to also bring Anfield back. Why? Because the football was dead under Slot. Let's be honest, chat. The football was dead under Slot. So a new manager comes in, ready, pop, bang, ready to attack, ready to cook, ready to do all this. That's the thing. That's the thing. So we've got to be honest about the situation. Yeah, maybe it was Stan Sport. We've got to be honest about the situation. I want Iraiola to adapt, of course, because he can't just copy paste what he did at Bournemouth, because Liverpool are a bigger club with bigger expectations, with more ego players and stuff like this. And some people bring up the stuff that will happen defensively, right? So I'm going to show you now an example. I'm going to be very attacking, which is what Iraiola does, yeah? So this is the Liverpool team. Before we move on to the other topics, big up to all of you guys, man. Please like and subscribe. Let's say this is Liverpool, yeah? This is Liverpool on the attack right here. I'm putting Szoboszlai because that's more the player that he prefers. Okay? This is Liverpool. Why do I feel like there's a midfielder missing? Yeah, Verts. Here we go. Okay? Let's say Liverpool are attacking right now. Okay? And Liverpool lose the ball. You guys need to understand something from now. When you decide to hire an attacking manager, you must, by definition, accept that you are going to leave yourself susceptible to counterattacks. Now, what I believe Andy Iraiola is going to do that will help us, because this is something that he employed at Bournemouth with the likes of Tyler Adams and players like this. I think that he will ask Gravenberch to actually be a DM, so we won't have Gravenberch do this the whole game, which is what Slot did. Gravenberch will actually be DM, and we'll have Van Dijk and Jake here. And guess what? The things that you guys complained about all last season, Salah doesn't track back. Now Kirkes will track back. Frimpong will track back. Sobo tracks back anyway. Verts track back. Rio track back. All these will track back except Isak, of course, which I don't want him to track back anyway. So that's my point. This is the thing, guys. So I'm excited for the Iraola era. I'm really excited. I look forward to it. I won't even lie. If Arsenal get Alvarez, Barcola, and Lacroix, will win the Champions League. Of course! You will win the league and the Champions League. You'll do a double if you do that. 100%, Carl. I'm with you. I'm with you. Which is why, since we're on the Liverpool topic, I want us to sign Bradley Barcola. This is the thing that Nasser and others don't understand. If we don't sign Bradley Barcola, Arsenal get him. And if Arsenal get Bradley Barcola, we're screwed. We're finished. You see this 5% chance you have of winning the league, it's done. Put it in the trash immediately. If Arsenal sign Bradley Barcola and we start signing these shitty little players, then we're all finished. Then we're all finished. Yeah, but you have basic understanding, I see. You know, I'm glad you're watching my channel more and more. Maybe you can expand your horizons, because people said the same thing about PSG. They won it back to back. People said the same thing about City. They won it. People said the same thing about Chelsea. They won it. Bro, eventually Arsenal will win the Champions League. And with players like this, they can. You know, if you add Barcola in last season's, anyway, Arsenal were 1-0 up against PSG. So you add Barcola, you add players like this, you can improve your team. That's the thing. You can improve your team, you can improve your squad. I agree with this completely. You have a chance at winning a double if you do this, actually. The only one I would question is Lacroix, because I don't think he suits you. I think he would suit us more. I think he would suit us more. I don't think he suits you as much. That's the thing. And thank you, Remy, for saying this. I was hurt when I saw Joao Gomez move to Aston Villa for 40 million. I was hurt because that was probably the bargain of the summer, and we let it go to Aston Villa for 40 million euros. I was really hurt, chat. I'm not even lying. When Sean sent me the screenshot, I literally replied, "I'm hurt." I was so sad when I saw that. I was so sad. I really was so sad. I can't believe, man. I can't believe. You know, Akia, Akia, why I love you? You know why I love you, Akia? When I'm not talking about Liverpool, you're like, let's talk about Liverpool. And then when I talk about Liverpool and show you the reality of the situation, you're like, let's talk about something else, please. I think we need 4 players, 67. I think we need 4 players. And I don't think we need some elite right back or an elite center back. I think if we sign Lacroix 50 million, we're good. And I think if we sign that Valicano right back for 30, 40 million, we're good. And midfield, we only need a midfielder if we sell. But if McAllister and Jones stay, just so you know, let this be known, I would rather McAllister and Jones stay than go sign some random midfielder. Just so you guys know. Just so you guys know. I'm announcing this publicly right now. I'd rather keep all midfield than buy anyone new. I want to keep. I think there's too much change now. I personally, McAllister, Jones, Soboslai, and Gravenberch, I'm good with that. I'm good. I don't know how you guys think about it, but I really am good. Yeah, I agree with you. That's why I said, for me, look, right now, if I'm the Liverpool sporting director, let's say I'm Richard Hughes, okay? What I would do if I'm Richard Hughes, sell no one. Anyone calls me for a sale, I close the phone. Unless it's Chiesa or Endo, I'm okay with selling them both because they don't even contribute, let's be honest. So both of them I'd sell happily, no problem. I would buy a right back, I'd buy a center back, I would buy a right winger and another forward. That's what I would do personally. I'd keep the midfield the same. And you want to know why? I would just tell Iraola, can we just play like Gravenberch and DM and stop acting? Yeah, and this is what triggers me. You know what triggers me? When I do a show with Kopish or with Tom and they go like, I don't think Gravenberch is as bad as you make out when it comes to passing. Bro, when Gravenberch played DM, no one gave him credit for his passing. Gravenberch is very good tackler and he plays out of the press with his dribbling. I think Gravenberg should just be the DM and then pass the ball to the players that are better at football than him. That's it. Very simple. I cannot put it more simple than this. Cannot put more simple than this. I don't want Gravenberg to be this like 8 box crasher and all this. Simple. Oh, I agree with you. Let me prove it to you now, Waza, yeah? It's the same exact tactics board. I'm not even typing anything. I'm going to load it up for you now. Let me show you who I have as options. Let me show you who I have at option at right back. See? It's already there. Either one of these two I'm taking. I would take Pedro Porro and I would take Jed Spence, happily. Big up to my guy Fonzie, who says, if we dare sign Minte, I'll do unspeakable things. Yeah, I think Minte would be a horrendous signing. I think it would literally be a horrendous signing if we sign Minte. I stick by that. I think it would literally be dreadful. Horrible idea. Don't like it at all. That's the thing. Actually, Curtis Jones and Alex Scott are very similar players. When I watch Alex Scott, it's like I'm watching Curtis Jones. Keep the ball, pass left, pass right. That's it. That's who Alex Scott is. Just because he scored a goal away at Arsenal doesn't mean he's some goal-scoring player. Anyway, final topic of the day. Let's talk about Man United and Chelsea. Big up to all of you guys. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel if you're yet to do so. Every single one of you, please like and subscribe now. Let's talk about Man United and let's talk about Chelsea. Let me show you guys the news first. So, where is the news? Let me load up the news first. Sorry, because it's not even loaded up yet. So let me load up the news. Oh no, momento, por favor. Don't forget, guys, please like the video and subscribe. Come on, guys. I'm keeping you guys entertained during the transfer window. I'm not asking you for money. I'm not asking for anything crazy. Just like the video and subscribe to the channel if you're yet to do so. I want to get to that 78K mark before we get to 80K, hopefully, soon. So I want to get to 80K. So please like and subscribe now. And please, 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 don't forget to follow me on Instagram as well. The link is in the pinned comment. Now, let me just talk about the same two clubs in the same section. Number one, Adam Wharton. Manchester United are making late moves for Adam Wharton after LFC were told this evening of his transfer fee. Keep a close eye on this one. Liverpool and Man United officials are closely watching. Now, here's the thing for me with Adam Wharton. Just so you guys know, I stick by what I said. Had Arne Slot remained at Liverpool, I believe that Adam Wharton would have actually been our first signing. But, he obviously has left the club now. And speaking of, Chelsea and Man United are both pushing to sign Athletic Club winger Nico Williams. Both clubs are prepared to trigger the 90 million euro release clause. They're also willing to offer Nico a higher salary than the Athletic deal. And this is the source, which is obviously a newspaper in Spain, as you guys can see. Catalonian newspaper, 200K followers. So obviously they're not like some random people. Let me Google. Let me Google how much is 90 million euros, £2. Aha! 76 million pounds for Nico Williams. You see, had Akia said Nico Williams, then I would wake up. But he never said Nico Williams. He said Haytham Hassan. Now, here's the thing. Two very different clubs for me, Man United and Chelsea. From the outside looking in, as someone who hates both clubs, completely two different perspectives. I don't care that Man United lost to Wrexham today. It's a friendly. Literally, no one cares. Like, zero cares given. No one cares about friendly results. It's how they performed and stuff like this. And obviously, I'm not going to sit up here and watch United Wrexham anyway. So, I'm worried about Man United next season because Man United remind me of us 10 years ago when we were making all the intelligent transfers, when we were buying all the correct players, when we were doing all the intelligent things. They remind me of us. We were that club. We were once that club that make these intelligent moves like an Andre Santos, like a Tielemans, like players like this. And even now, they're linked to Lewis Hall. They're doing intelligent things that raise their floor. With Chelsea, we are in a position where they have to prove it for the rest of the world. We can't prove it for you, buddy. You're going to have to prove it. That's the truth. That's the truth. With Chelsea Football Club, it's a completely different situation than United for me. I actually think Man United have a possibility of like finishing above us again this season if they continue to get their transfers right. Chelsea, for me, there's so many question marks. Now, the thing that makes Chelsea better is the manager. Objectively speaking, no agenda. Xabi Alonso is a better manager than Iraola and Carrick and all the managers outside Arteta, because Arteta is a Premier League champion. So outside Arteta, Xabi Alonso would probably be the best manager out of the rest of them. You would have Emery. Other than that, it's cool, like, But Xabi Alonso is either the second or third best manager in the whole league. He won the league at Leverkusen. He went to Real Madrid and had a 76% win rate. And he was actually top of the league, or I think 1 point behind Barcelona when they sacked him. And then Real Madrid ended up finishing 15, 16. 16, 17, 16, 17 points behind them, I think it was, or 15 or something like this. So I think with Xabi Alonso, he will be the difference maker at Chelsea. However, Chelsea need experience and Chelsea need to prove it. Meaning, if I'm a Chelsea fan, I'm waiting for Todd Bowley and Bluco to prove to me that they're actually willing to sign experienced players and they're not going to mess around again. That's what I'm waiting to see. Because if Chelsea mess around again and start signing 19-year-old, 20-year-old, 18-year-old, 21-year-old, then I know Chelsea are going nowhere. Chelsea are literally going nowhere if they continue to sign these kids, these youngsters and stuff like this. They're just going nowhere. So for me, they have to prove themselves to their own fans and they have to prove themselves for the rest of the world. They have to show that they are capable of actually going and signing these elite level players. That's the thing. They are capable of signing these elite level players. And if they're not capable, then they're not capable. But they have to show it. If Arsenal don't go in for Lacroix, we could get John Stones. Why do you want all the Chelsea targets? John Stones has been linked to Chelsea, Carl, and for me, I think he would suit them. But he would probably get injured for you a lot. He's injury-prone player, remember. So keep that in mind, Carl. So yes, John Stones is very good on the ball and he's a very good centre-back, but he's also made from Weetabix. So he would get injured like this. The reason why he would be better for Chelsea is they don't play 2 games a week. They play 1 game a week. They play 1 game a week. Remember, you play 2 games a week. Chelsea play 1 game a week. That's the big difference. Massive difference. You play twice a week. They play once a week. So it'd be different. But I think Chelsea have a very good manager. Now, Nico Williams, I think Nico Williams would make any club in the league better. I think legitimately Nico Williams would be a good signing for any club in the league, Arsenal included. Nico Williams would improve a lot of teams. I think Nico Williams has what it takes. I think he just needs like a new, he needs like a new scene. I think him being at Athletic Bilbao has stopped his growth a little bit. I think it stopped him from hitting that next level. Because I do believe that there's only a certain level you can get to when you're at Bilbao. And then after that, khalas, you're not going to overtake that level. You did the best you can at Bilbao. And eventually, if you don't leave, you're never going to get better. So I think with this whole conversation, with Nico Williams, I think he'd make any club better. And he would definitely make Man United better. He'd make Chelsea better. However, I think Chelsea need him a lot more than Man United do. Chelsea have a frontline problem. Chelsea need to sign players for the front line. That's the thing. They need to sign players for the front line. Completely need to sign players for the front line. And that's something that they need to improve. And they need to improve on. Now, in terms of Man United, Adam Wharton, if I was in charge of them, I wouldn't go for Adam Wharton. I don't think Adam Wharton is the profile that they need. I think Man United needs someone completely different. Because you've got the Adam Wharton style in Tielemans and Mainu. So you would need someone different, slightly more aggressive, slightly more defensive, slightly more, from that ilk. So that's the thing. Guys, don't forget to follow me on Instagram as well. The link is in the pinned comment at DonHussam6 and add me on Snapchat at HussamLFC. Please don't forget, add me and follow me and like this video and subscribe. So, yes, Flair King knows. Flair King, you've had 2 or 3 bad takes and 2 or 3 good ones. Manu Kone is exactly what the doctor ordered for Man United. For me. You bring in Manu Kone, you now have the Joker card to basically play whatever system you want, Habibi. You want to play Kone and Manu? You can. You want to play Tielemans and Kone? You can. You want to play, Kone, Tielemans and Manu and rest Bruno Fernandes? You can. You can definitely do that. Onana from Villa is good, Mufti, but they would want a lot more money than Kone. Kone is available for 50, 60 million, by the way. I'd take Kone at Liverpool. So this is not just like some rivalry thing. Like, I'd literally take Kone at Liverpool. I'd love to see Manu Kone at Liverpool. So I'd take him personally. But yeah, for me, I think Kone would be an absolutely intelligent signing. I think it would be an intelligent transfer. I don't think Adam Wharton is what they need. Funnily enough, I don't think Adam Wharton would suit anyone now except Chelsea. And I'll tell you why. If Enzo Fernandez moves to Atletico Madrid or moves to Real or Barca or whatever, I think you put Adam Wharton next to Caicedo, it's exactly what the doctor ordered. You have your passer next to your shin kicker. Perfect. Perfect double pivot. Caicedo would be doing all the tackling, all the interceptions, stopping the counterattacks. Pop, bang, Adam Wharton passing through the lines, stuff like this. I think it would cook. The interesting one is Baleba. Because Baleba, the hype died down. Because Baleba was like the most beautiful name in the transfer window a summer ago. But, he's like yesterday's news almost, Baleba. Because there are new sexy names in football. So he's almost like yesterday's news. But I like Baleba. I think he's a good player in terms of his defensive capabilities and the fact he's physical and aggressive. And I think he would suit Man United. Yeah, I remember Raya's face when Szoboszlai scored. That was a great free kick. Tim, bro. So yeah, I just think, for me, Baleba is good. And here's the thing. The same way I'm trying to convince Liverpool fans that we don't need a fluid winger, I think Man United fans need to understand there will not be a fluid midfielder. You need to have a midfield three that is fluid within each other. That's the thing. I think you need to have an idea where it's like, today, Andre Santos and Kone start as the pivot. Tomorrow, Tielemans and Andre Santos. The day after, Manu and Kone. You need to have fluid situation because you have 2 games a week. And I think your team will struggle with 2 games a week. And this is one of the key things. This is one of the main things, that you will struggle with. So I think you need to do that better. But yeah, I think Man United, I am worried about. Chelsea, they have to prove it to me. I'll be honest with you guys. Chelsea have to prove it to me because I've backed Chelsea actually multiple times to do something, but they failed every single time. So for me, Chelsea have to prove it. Not just to me, to their own fans and to the universe. Because no one believes in Chelsea anymore, and rightfully so. Why should anyone believe in Chelsea? Why, you're gonna sign another 15 under 20-year-old players? Come on, man. You can't be doing that. So that's why for me, I think Chelsea have to prove it. However, with Man United, I am slightly worried because they're doing the same intelligent stuff that we used to do, and they remind me of ourselves. How dare you disrespect Ecuadorian Pedri like this? I think one of the worst takes in history of YouTube is calling Caicedo a playmaker. I think it's a disrespect and a spit in the face of every player that's a playmaker in history of the game. I don't know if you guys watched Ecuador at the World Cup, but all his set pieces were going out for goal kicks. But yeah, that's what they call a playmaker nowadays, I guess. Anyway, big up to all of you guys. Thank you guys so much for joining us on yet another stream. This is very entertaining, actually. I like this. I was just here with the guys, with the people. Make sure you guys are liking, subscribing, follow me on the gram. Hit the like button. Keep getting stuck in. I love every single one of you guys. Thank you guys so much for joining me. And big up to everyone who's shown me love and support as well. I am going to send you guys over to Paz. He's live talking about transfers as well. And yeah, I'll go over there, tell him Hussam Raid. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram as well. And peace out, Habibis.